Cambio el chip y terminamos ya, de verdad, con la última intervención. Ya hemos dicho que sea breve porque ya empieza a oler ahí los sándwiches. Lo hacemos, como decía, cambiando un poquito de tercio porque no todo es desarrollar y desarrollar, sino que también hay que pensar en rentabilizar nuestras aplicaciones, además de ir a comer ahora enseguida después. Para saber cómo podemos hacerlo, rentabilizar las aplicaciones, contamos con la presencia de la directora de Relaciones con Socios Estratégicos para Europa y Oriente Medio de InMobi, que es la mayor red mundial de publicidad móvil. Recibimos aquí en el escenario a Rakhee Shah.
Mobile's catching up with online, and we're well ahead of TV. In some countries, actually, such as Singapore, US, the UK, South Africa, and Vietnam, we're actually seeing that mobile's taken over as the first form of media consumption. And that's a mix of developed countries and developing countries, and that's, once again, very interesting for everyone in the mobile space. So, what's impacting purchasing decisions on media? We're seeing that 66% are actually now more comfortable with mobile devices and purchasing through mobile phones and tablets. So, and that's more than TV and online, and that's just showing how trends have really evolved over time. And how are we using our smartphones or feature phones? Daily, if you're a smartphone user. Maybe some of you are using it 10 times a day, 100 times a day. I know I've always got my mobile phone on me. With feature phones, we're seeing a slightly different trend. Feature phones obviously are still big in certain markets, and we're seeing, just because of the functionality of those types of devices, 2 to 3 times a week is the norm. Actually, before I go on to the next one, quick show of hands as to who uses their mobile phone on a train or in a plane. In their bathrooms. So we're seeing 79% actually using their mobile phones lying in bed, 34% actually in the bathroom. You know, all of these stats are just showing us that we're taking our mobile phones everywhere we go, even to places we probably shouldn't actually be using our mobile phones. So what's happening here? Obviously, we've got lots of different app stores out there, and we've got also local stores as well, such as in China, in the Asian markets. But we're actually seeing the cost of apps fall. For example, about 3 years ago, we were seeing the cost of apps at about $2 in the US, and now that's dropped considerably to, say, a third of that at the moment. So what's happening? Freemium's on the increase. And why? Because we're seeing the average click-through rates on apps versus mobile web shoot through the roof. I mean, this is a study from MediaMind, and they said that their click-through rates on apps were 0.68%. That's about 8 times higher than on mobile web. So consumers prefer free apps. And how are we, as app developers, going to be monetizing these apps? There's a lot of different methods that we could be using. So you've got the ad-supported method, you've got subscriptions, you've got affiliate programs, you've got freemiums. Majority of app developers nowadays preferring the ad-supported model. And 72% of actually smartphone users prefer using free apps. So advertising's evolved. I mean, we've seen it go from what we see there as one of the first mobile phones that we recognize to tablets and the high-tech devices that we have today. But advertising's had to evolve with those devices. We're now seeing rich media come through, and that's where HTML5 is playing a big part. Advertising isn't just a square banner anymore. We're seeing some really cool, innovative, fun, exciting ideas, and hopefully I'm going to show you some of those today as well. So cross-media ad effectiveness, there was a study taking part on brand metrics, and if you look at sort of mobile norms versus online norms, we're seeing a massive increase. So ad awareness, message association, etc., is a lot higher on mobile. So I'd like to introduce you now to Sprout. InMobi acquired a company called Sprout. It's a leading HTML5 platform which allows advertisers and agencies to build HTML5 rich media ads quite simply and effectively. With HTML5, obviously, there can be challenges with developing. And what we're trying to do here with Sprout is to show you that one size does not fit all, but we've got a simplified way of using the platform to create some really great ads. So, how are we going to drive user engagement and creativity? I'm going to show you some examples now provided by Sprout. So, we've got a Dyson vacuum cleaner here. Don't know about you, but how sexy can you make a Dyson vacuum cleaner? Well, what we're doing at InMobi is we're creating gamified experiences, what we're calling gamification. So we're basically putting the Dyson vacuum cleaner into your hands, allowing you to play with it, lift it, twist it, burn it, and basically allow you to have a product experience. We're moving the Dyson here through all these cones, seeing how it works, how it moves, and basically putting that product into your hands. I mean, how else are you going to have that product in your hands unless you go to the shop? So this is great for reaching out to those 28-year-olds who needs a Hoover in their bedroom, but clearly need a soft encouragement to actually go out and buy one. And another example here. This is actually an ad we created for Levi's. So obviously, buying a pair of jeans is never an easy experience. So this is just user interactivity. The user can actually choose their shape, their size, and style that they like for their jean. Inevitably, Levi's chooses the right pair of jeans for the user and allows them to go through to actually buy the product. And another example here as well. This is Puma. This is actually an example of an expandable banner ad. So the user clicks on the banner on the left there, and we see a bowling alley explode onto the screen. And that's great. That's a gamification, once again, of an experience. The user is interacting with that particular ad and keeping it really interesting and exciting for the user. My final example is of Kia. Now, this is using location services innate in the phone. We're actually able to locate the user and bring the user into actually the experience there. So that's based in London. So the user has obviously clicked on it, and the mapping features allow the ad to know where that person is. So we've got London buses there and on the street view. So does it actually work? I'm going to show you a case study now from Sosh. We worked with Havas Digital and Sosh to create this campaign. There we go.
Life is all about who you know. Your friends, your family, your community. It's all about the people you connect with. So we at Havas know that staying in touch with your world is hugely important, which is why Orange have created Sosh. Quite simply, Sosh is the new Orange mobile brand without commitment, targeting users from 18 to 35 years old and available only on the internet. So, a digital mobile brand that's better connected in every sense. And with InMobi's brand new HTML5 rich media technology puts the consumer at the heart of the new media world. Havas have created France's first HTML5 in-app ad. Its rich media format with a range of functions encourages consumer interactions, which is what Sosh as a brand is all about. Interaction, participation, making a connection with its engaging, more fulfilling media experience. We have created a special interaction where mobile users have to draw an S in reference to Sosh on their mobile screen with their finger. After this, we also ask consumers to share 4 different Sosh posters on Facebook and Twitter. The ad in-app gives access to the official Sosh mobile site, as well as the Facebook and Twitter Sosh brand pages. Moreover, the ad in-app benefit for the mobile users is that after the Sosh media experience, consumers stay in the original application. This mobile campaign is broadcasting on several applications that have an affinity with our target audience. B, Premiere, Virgin Radio, 20 Minutes, Sure People, Jeux Videos, Fun Radio, MSN, Bizik, Info Concert, Les In Rock, Closer, Grazia, Shazam, Klubik, Skyrock. Globally, 64% of mobile users visited the ad in-app when they interacted with the S of Sosh game. Orange, Havas and InMobi are proud to present the innovative and interactive SOSH ad in-app. Get connected, stay connected.
So hopefully that's given you a good idea of how rich media can be used to create some really engaging, exciting pieces. But what are you going to learn from this? What are we learning? Obviously, every time you run a campaign, you'll either be using ad networks or you'll be working directly with some of the advertisers. So we want to make sure that you know what to look for next. If a campaign worked, why did it work? If you've got videos that worked the best, where did they work the best? Which kind of audiences or users did the campaign resonate best with? Use those learnings and apply them to future campaigns so that the advertisers are aware of the kind of how they can improve and the kind of things that didn't work so that they know going forward how they're going to best run their next campaign. So, I've shown you all these examples. How are you actually going to make all your money? InMobi can help you. We're a mobile advertising network, as I mentioned. We run these rich media campaigns. We've got lots of different advertising. And we've actually got, what I'm showing you here is an example of an economic toolkit for our developers. So this is online actually on our blog at the moment. You're able to go in, plug in the number of users that you've got for your app, the sessions per day, the fill rates, the CTRs, etc. And you can work out for a monthly or a yearly period the kind of money that you potentially could make running these kind of advertising. And InMobi can help you also get reach. We've got 485 million consumers globally, and we're reaching about 124 in Europe as well. So, it's quite short, but we've got some time left. So my key takeaways. Mobile's evolving. We know that devices are changing the way that people are using and interacting with media. And as a result, we're seeing mobile becoming one of the main influences for users and consumers. So it's a purchasing decision made on mobile. I mean, we've all probably seen that example when somebody's buying a Ferrari, and there's been like 3 Ferraris a year bought just through mobile alone. So the traditional path to purchase is actually being altered. Mobile is leading the way. It's an effective way to drive consumers to your applications, and you're able to monetize your users there as well. So if you're using HTML5 and rich media, you can engage your users far further than just the standard banners that you're probably used to, and you're driving great ROI through effective advertising. And I've got some InMobi cards and some giveaways as well, but we're giving first-time sort of advertisers and developers on our network a bit of leeway. So we're giving extra revenue share or some $75 of free advertising spend. So go and get your cards. And thank you for listening to me today.
Yes, any questions for Rakhee? No questions? Good. Well, anyway, she will be around here. And please remember, you can take your promo codes here, right in the entry. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, Rakhee.